It's been a week or so, but we finally got more news about Matt Gaetz and the ongoing investigation. Except, of course, this information is not really about the investigation, it's just about evidence. And according to a confession letter written by Joel Greenberg, the indicted South Florida politician who was buddy-buddy with Matt Gaetz and accused of trafficking young girls, according to his confession letter, Matt Gaetz did, in fact, engage in sexual activities with an underage girl. He also, in his confession letter, admitted that Matt Gaetz did, in fact, pay him to bring him women. So what is this confession letter for? Well, I'm glad you asked. According to an amazing new report from the Daily Beast, who has, by the way, done a phenomenal job uncovering all this stuff, Joel Greenberg was working with Roger Stone to get a pardon from Donald Trump. And Greenberg had this confession letter written that went through multiple different drafts, basically saying all the crimes that he did, and of course listing the crimes that he alleges that Matt Gaetz did. And in return, he was going to pay Stone $250,000 in Bitcoin. But Greenberg never got the pardon. Stone said, we got to be careful because of all the hullabaloo about pardons right now. But their conversations are now public because they use the encrypted messaging app Signal. And Stone had set their messages to delete after 10 seconds. And if that had actually happened, obviously we wouldn't have any of this information. But luckily, Joel Greenberg screenshotted all of the conversations, so we have all of this evidence that is now widely available to anyone in the public and, of course, to investigators as well. And here's the thing. If the Daily Beast was able to get their hands on these communications, on these essentially receipts about both Greenberg and Matt Gaetz, then you can bet that investigators have them too, that the DOJ has this information. I do not see a way out at this point for Matt Gaetz. His campaign repeatedly is putting out statements like he never had sex with a girl of the age of 17 while he was an adult. Just to make it sure that we knew that, when the dude was a teen, he was getting it left and right. But once he was an adult, he stopped sleeping with 17-year-olds. He did, according to the messages, give women money, for things like gas money and maybe a hotel night stay. Totally not with him, though. Totally not with him. Helping him out with bills and things like that. Just random young girls from the state of Florida that Matt Gaetz would occasionally just be like, hey, here's some money because you said you needed money. No, Matt Gaetz is no philanthropist. He's a philanderer. There's a big difference between those two things. And again, I don't see a way out of this for Gaetz. We have all of the receipts right now. And according to Matt Fuller, one of the folks at the Daily Beast writing these articles, there's still more. That was the big tease after this massive story broke last night. Matt Fuller goes back on Twitter and says, there's still more to come. So this is far from over. And at this point, the Republican Party is actually doing themselves a disservice by not demanding that Matt Gaetz immediately resign. They need to jump out on front of this issue before it becomes a massive problem for all of them. And here's why. Do you know what Matt Gaetz is supposed to start doing in the very near future? He's going to go on a tour with Marjorie Taylor Greene where they go out and attack these rhino Republicans in name only. So Matt Gaetz is about to become a very public face of the Republican Party. And we got stories like this breaking every week or so at this point. And as Fuller says, there's more to come. So Republicans, you have a choice right now. Stop Matt Gaetz before he goes on that tour, or let him travel around the country being the face of the Republican Party, while most likely facing very serious charges for everything that Joel Greenberg has said that Matt Gaetz did. One of today's video sponsors is Magic Spoon, a low-carb, keto-friendly cereal. And right now they have an exclusive offer for our Ring of Fire viewers. Go to magicspoon.com/ROF or click the link at the top of the video description below. Grab a variety pack, and when you check out, enter code ROF for $5 off your entire order. Who doesn't remember waking up as a child, pouring yourself a giant bowl of sugar-filled, wonderful cereal? Well, as we get older, we can't exactly do that anymore. We have to look out for our health, and that's what Magic Spoon does. 140 calories per serving, 0 grams of sugar per serving. It is grain-free, soy-free, keto-friendly, and most importantly, guilt-free. Pour yourself a bowl for breakfast, or do what I do and use it at night as a sugar substitute so you don't go reaching for a bowl of ice cream. Instead, get a high-protein, low-carb, low-calorie snack. Again, go to magicspoon.com/ROF, grab a variety pack, enter code ROF at checkout, and get $5 off your entire order.